Well, it's that time of year when lots of people will say these two little words, road trip. Our next guest wants to keep two more words in mind for us. Be prepared, and whether it's entertaining the kids or making sure your car is ready to rack up those miles. Claire Newell is a travel author and a mom. Good to see you, Claire.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
You bet.
We're talking about one of my favorite things, and that's summer family road trips.
I know, I love the road trips too. So many memories when I was a kid, but you know, any idea how many of us take these road trips each year?
Yeah, Bridgestone did a survey recently that said that 83% of U.S. adults plan to take a road trip this summer. So it's a whopping number. And I think there's a couple of reasons why. It's about the journey, not just the destination. I mean, the second you back out of your driveway, your vacation has begun, and you get to just enjoy the ones that you're with, your loved ones, and have those great conversations and just spend that time with them. It also gives you tons of flexibility and control.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You just never know what to expect when it comes to a road trip. But there is some anxiety because before we leave the house, there are things we need to do to make sure that we get where we're going without any issues. What do you recommend?
Well, preparation for sure is key, and there are three things that I don't ever travel without when I go on a road trip. The first is a spill kit. I make sure that I have, because they inevitably happen, so I have on hand some paper towels and some wet wipes. I also make sure I have an emergency kit on hand, so basic medicines, bandages, but as well some non-perishable food items and plenty of water in case you break down in the middle of nowhere. And also plenty of entertainment for the kids. I mean, it's a little easier these days with smartphones and iPads, but having some things that don't need batteries or cell service is also important. So a deck of cards and maybe some coloring if the kids are little. It'll just prevent the "are we there yet?"
Yeah, I know that we all want to prevent that, but it seems like there should be a fine balance there between electronics. Because when I was a kid, we looked out the window and we counted cows. We did all kinds of things. We didn't necessarily have the iPads.
Counted cows. Yeah, I know, and I still think those classic road trip games are really fun, and if you don't remember them, go online and just kind of brush up your skills because that's an important part. But so too is vehicle maintenance. You know, Mike, I think that people often forget they want to get all the right luggage in and they want to make sure they have all of these treats and things on hand for the kids, but the vehicle is so important. So I really encourage people to go in and get a car care checkup and make sure that everything is in working order and that all of the fluids are topped up. And also the survey showed that I was talking about earlier, it showed that next to a full-on fender bender, a flat tire is the worst thing that could ruin a road trip. So do check your tires, and you need to make sure that they have the right tire pressure. Rotate them because you should be doing that every 5,000 miles. So if you haven't done it recently, make sure you do that before you set out on the road trip, and evaluate the tread and make sure you have enough tread gripping the road. And you can do that with a penny, where you hold the penny upside down and dip it into the tread. And if any part of Lincoln's head is covered, you're good to go. But if not, you may want to consider getting a new set of tires. And I'm actually working with Bridgestone, and they've got out a great new product called Drive Guard, and it just lets you travel. If you get a full flat tire with a nail through it, you can keep going up to 50 miles at 50 miles an hour. So you can stop somewhere a little more convenient before you get it replaced or changed.
Right, you don't necessarily have to pull right over to the side of the road. How about a website to go to with more information?
Well, you can go to driveguard.com if you want more information on those tires, those run flat tires, or if you want more tips, you can always go to my website, which is clairenewell.com.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Claire. And you know that cow counting game I was talking about? If you saw an old man with a big, long white beard, you got 100 points.
I'm going to keep that in mind the next time I'm going to look for one. I want that 100 points.
That's right. Thanks for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All righty. Mary, over to you.